everyone, hello, Chocolo here, but not for video reviews, for a poll analysis. What's the best Ben & Jerry's flavour? Now, basically, long story short is that I can only fit 4, you've seen before, I've mentioned in these poll things, I can, in the sort of, what they call picture poll type affairs, where you show a picture of whatever, you'll see a picture of what I'm asking you to vote for. I can only do 4 of them for whatever reason. I don't know, YouTube's quite restrictive on it. I guess it's good to have a bit of restriction, because obviously the more options you have, the more, you know, it's just going to be difficult, and you're going to sort of, have like 1 vote for every single thing basically. So, you know, it's good to have a few of them, but basically I can't put more than 4 in. I would have liked to have done a bit more of this one. I mean, we had what was the best Ben & Jerry's out of fish food, baked Alaska, half baked or caramel chew chew. There's a weird character limit as well. I couldn't fit caramel chew chew in, I couldn't fit caramel chew chi or something like that, you know. Couldn't fit the whole thing in, but anyway, that was what it was. I did put a little note on that one. Interesting one. I think the gist of it is that I put in half baked basically, because half baked, for those you don't know, it's kind of chocolate brownie, Ben & Jerry's chocolate brownie and cookie dough mixed together essentially, but nonetheless, in hindsight, it isn't the same. So what I might try and do is I might do another one with cookie dough chocolate brownie, maybe a couple of others in as well, and then the winner from that one will face the winner from this one I've done in an ultimate showdown, maybe in a poll for that. So how about that? That sounds fair enough, doesn't it? So I think I'll do that later. I'll do another Ben & Jerry's one, you know, yeah, to see what people's other favourites are of the other flavours that are out there basically. But you might see now the graphic up here. Hopefully it'll appear now, it'll appear in a second. Should be there. Well, it will be there basically, because otherwise, you know, it won't be it won't be hard. It'll be hard for you to appreciate what I'm talking about. But basically, it was 32 votes, so not too many this time, and that might have been again because of the fact that people might have liked cookie dough, might have liked chocolate brownie. You know, I think it was someone specifically said they liked chocolate brownie. Who was it? Yeah, so I was just checking now who it was. I think it was. There's quite a few people who replied on this one actually. Let's have a see. Yes, it's Candice actually. Yes, Candice. Yes, so sorry Candice if you're watching. Chocolate brownie wasn't there. I did mention to you why I didn't put it on, but yeah. So there we go. Anyway, that's the gist of it. Yeah, a bit of a, I don't know, one of those. As I say, I will try and do another one basically. But anyway, let's get to the results. I think that's what we're talking about, isn't it? So yeah, so Baked Alaska won. I mean, with 41%. I mean, really, I knew Baked Alaska had a bit of a following. Everyone on the one. There's been quite a lot of mumblings on the channel about Baked Alaska's the best one. I've done a tier list. A lot of people have said Baked Alaska's their favourite. I don't know. I don't mind it, but I definitely. It doesn't look very. It looks a bit underwhelming, you know, basically, because there doesn't look to be that much in it. And when I had it as well, it was a bit. I don't know. The marshmallow swirl in it was. You just couldn't really see it unless you really looked, because it's all white chocolate or white chocolate flavoured ice cream. I think it is Baked Alaska. And it's got white chocolate polar bears in. You know, it's just basically, you know, I wouldn't say it's one note, but it's definitely not the typical Ben & Jerry's flavours you get where there's just all sorts in it. So I'm really surprised, but it seems to be people's favourite. Yeah, I'm really, don't know. I'm surprised at that one. As I say, I mean, maybe not as surprised as I would have been had people not really mentioned how much they like it. A few people had said it previously on the channel. I mean, obviously, it's only 32 votes here, so that's, I don't know, about 12, probably about 12, 13 votes this maybe. For 41%, something like that. Well, nonetheless, you know, it's still a high proportion. Yeah, but the others were very close. I mean, fish food 19%, caramel chew chew 19%, half baked 22%. They were all pretty much the same. I mean, there's literally 1 vote in it, I would imagine, between half baked and the other 2. So they were all basically the same. I don't know what's a fifth of 32. Is that? I don't know, 6? Is it 6, 12, 18, 24, 30? Yeah, it's probably about. Yeah, 6 votes. Yeah, so it's probably, I think it probably got 13 votes for half baked, 6 votes for caramel chew chew, 6 votes for fish food, and probably 12 votes for Baked Alaska. Does that equal 32? I'm not sure. 6, 12, 6, 12, 24, maybe a bit more than that. Something like that anyway. You get the gist of it, you know. Probably 6, 6, 7, and 13 maybe is the vote. I think that adds up to. Yeah, I think that was up to 32. So it looks like it was 6 votes for fish food, 6 votes for caramel chew chew, 7 for half baked, and 13 is that, I think, for Baked Alaska. I think that's the gist of it, and I think that adds up to 32. I think, yeah. So that's probably what it was, basically. Just rough maths off the top of my head. Could be wrong, but there we go. So very interesting one, actually. Quite an interesting, yeah, as I say, poll, this one. I quite enjoyed it, and it's quite. I don't know, it just goes to show, doesn't it, that it's very diverse flavours and, you know, diverse results, really. But as I say, Baked Alaska, you know, was double any of the other votes pretty much. So very strange. As I say, I knew there was a following for it, but I didn't think it would win by that much. Yeah, very interesting. So I'd say watch out for the next one. I'll do I say at least do chocolate brownie, cookie dough, and a couple of others as well. I think the Ben and Jerry's in the UK, there's not as many flavours as in the US, and I think probably cookie dough and chocolate brownie are the two main flavours really of the rest of them that are left. But we'll see. I mean, the others might diversify a bit. But anyway, I'll pick a few of I'll basically pick 4 other flavours, and then the winner of that one will face off against Baked Alaska, and we'll see which is the ultimate champion. I reckon probably Baked Alaska will win it. It just seems to have a dedicated following basically. But we'll see, because all the people who vote for Fish Food Half Baked Caramel Chew Chew, will they vote for Baked Alaska? Or will they go for one of the other winner? Basically, maybe go for the other one. So it might be an interesting one. Yeah, interesting. But there's no point me putting one of the ones that lost. I don't think, is there really? Because obviously it wasn't voted for, anyway. So what's the point? So it'll be 2 versus 2, I think. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. Should be interesting. All right, guys. Thanks for everyone who voted. If you didn't vote, leave a comment and let me know what you would have voted for. Yeah, well, let me know your explanation as well, what you think of Baked Alaska, and whether you like it or not, whether you think it's a bit of a controversial choice, and what you reckon of the others as well. Interesting. Yeah, Baked Alaska, for those of you, by the way, is it's basically meringue, essentially, is the gist of it. Covering ice cream, and the meringue acts as an insulator to keep the heat out, essentially, and the ice cream frozen. So it's very interesting, even though it's baked in the oven. Yeah, so it's a bit of a funny one. I don't quite know. I don't think the ice cream really reflects, other than the fact it's got ice cream. I don't think it really reflects the meringue and stuff like that. But it's interesting all the same. But anyway, digressing a bit there. Probably should have said that at the start, but there we go. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next poll. Bye for now. See ya.